Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Goku, of course, and in this video, this is going to be the Smite Vindicate news update thing that I'm trying to do every Sunday. That was weird. Yeah, so basically, in these kind of videos, I'm trying to tell you guys about what's happening with the team and what's happening in Smite, and generally just giving you like a weekly update kind of thing so that people kind of understand it a bit more. Or, maybe they struggle to, or maybe they just want to know. Maybe they just want to know what's happening and to keep you guys informed. Because I know I haven't been doing that much Smite content recently because I've been quite busy after work. And on the days that I have off, so like Tuesday and Thursday, I've actually been quite busy this week because I've had to be taking care of the house. So I've had chores to do and stuff like that. But what's happening this week is actually been really exciting for the team. So we've had 4 days of practice / tournaments. We had on the 7th, 9th, 11th, and 13th. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. We were going to do one on Saturday, or we were trying to do some scrims on Saturday, but this week has been a bit awkward for the team in terms of getting everyone online. There's been a lot of issues with getting one of the ADC, Fenrix. He hasn't been able to get online because he's on holiday this week. And also we had King also having some issues as well getting online. So we've actually been running quite a lot of substitutes this week. We've had Math for the win, bringing in as ADC for a while. And we also brought in another one because we had to get a new substitute. So Sweatmeister is a new substitute for Solar Lane. And we brought him in on the Friday for the EGL. So that was quite interesting. We had never played with him before. He didn't have a microphone or anything like that. So going into the results, this week has actually been really good for us. On the 7th, on the Monday, we played against the Mercenaries and Superbia, and we won all 3 of those scrims. Then on the Wednesday, we went against Superbia and Mad Bros, and we won all 3 of those games. And then in the EGL, we actually got to 3rd place. Now, this was really cool. We had really good brackets this week, and the main contenders were I5, YSAC, and I think there was Bloody Tech. I can't remember. But in that, we went up against the Musketeers, and in the first round, we beat them 1-0. Then we went against Dominus Kaido, who have actually been beating us in the results that I've had that I've been keeping track of. We've never actually won against Dominus Kaido. We've had good games against them, but they always won against us late game. And in that game, I remember correctly, we actually just destroyed them. It was a complete destruction in that game. So it really shows how, from the last time they actually 2-0'd us on the 18th of June, in this short time, in just a month, we've been able to just go from what we were to now being a really solid team. And then we went against X Frequency in the, I think it was the semi-finals, I think it was. And unfortunately, we lost to that one. That was just, we were, again, it was a 2 subs kind of situation. So we had Sweat, who we had never played before, and Math, who was obviously a substitute. So it was quite awkward in terms of getting the synergy right and making sure that everyone knew the calls. And like, even though Sweat was in Mumble, he couldn't say what he was doing. So it was quite awkward in terms of who were going to go on. And there was also issues with, just Sweat as a person and like a player because he hadn't really had that much competitive play. So unfortunately, we lost against X Frequency. But then we won the bronze match, or the consolation match. We won that against Team 5-Star, who actually had been beating us as well. That was the first game that we beat them as well. So that was good. That was EGL. We won 200 gems on that each, so that's pretty cool. It's just like the first kind of reward, I suppose. It wasn't money, but then if you want like a money value of it, it was basically like we won £10 altogether. It was like, it wasn't much, but it was still kind of cool, and it was still the first showing that we're a good team, especially when everything goes in our way, and that was with 2 substitutes as well. So I can only imagine that next Friday, if the brackets are nice to us again, then we could easily take away maybe 2nd or maybe even 1st. We have to see. So that's what happened on Friday. Then obviously today on Sunday was the Smite World Championship. It was week 10, so this was the final week of the qualifiers. Basically, if you were the top 4 seeds of the EU, go into the SPL League, and they also go into the kickoff LAN, which is a $50,000 prize pool, which is always nice. And there was a massive fight over 4th place today. We had SK Gaming versus I5. I5 won in the first game, and then I5 then lost against Cloud9, and then they lost in the bronze match, which then led to SK and I5 playing again in a best of one match after all the tournament had been done to find out who was fourth, and SK won, which was pretty cool. I'm always rooting for my SK guys a bit more than my i5 guys, because i5 always destroy us. SK always a fun game to play. So I always like SK over that, but unfortunately, my main guys who I was rooting for fourth place, Agilitas, they didn't do that well. They went against Team Coast Blue. I can't speak today. Team Coast Blue today, and that was a bit. Well, it was iffy. Like, we went up against them, which probably gave them a good motivational boost, which then led on to Agilitas losing, which was unfortunate. It was a good game, and they tried out some stuff like Pretty Prime and Vulcan, and they just, they destroyed it. It's just one of the things that, like, it's a risky pick. It can pay off if done right, and unfortunately they just countered it. So yeah, basically in today's day, we had a pre-made at the start, and we went against a team, and we won that. We then went up against X Frequency, who were the people who knocked us out in the EGL, and we beat them in today's round 1. And then in round 2, obviously, we had Team Coast Blue, who, if you don't know, were Worth Gaming and were third seed, and they unfortunately knocked us out. It was pretty much guaranteed that we were going to get knocked out in that one. We could have had better brackets. We could have got 10th seed, which I think would have made us go up against big boys, and then into Exposed Secrets, which would have been a bit easier, or a bit closer. But unfortunately, we didn't get those brackets. We went against Team Coast Blue, which is our luck in the SWC right now. But looking forward to next week, actually, where we've actually got tomorrow, where we're going to be talking over a lot of the stuff that we did wrong this week. And we're going to be having a lot of replay watching, which is going to be really good for the team. We decided to do this mainly because in the last week we were focusing on shutting down the jungler, which we have been doing really well. And it came to the end of the week and we were like, okay, what do we need to practice for next week? And we didn't actually know. So we're actually going to be doing this replay thing, seeing if we can find like little things that we need to work on. And hopefully get that done by next week. And then that's all going to be really exciting, because next week is, I believe, the SBL play-in, which is a open tournament which we're going to enter. And basically, if you get in the top 4 of that, then you can then go into this round robin, which will last 2 weeks, where all the 4 teams play against each other. And then the top 2 teams out of that go into the SPL League as well, which is basically, even if you do really badly in that, it gets you a free trip to the wildcard event, which is always nice. And I believe you get paid money for all the games as well, which is always nice. And it'll just be an easier way in, to be honest. But that's one thing that we're going to aim for. If we don't do well in the play-in, which I do hope that we do get into the top 4 and go into the round robin, that would be really cool. If not, then the Challenge Cup is just around the corner. It's going to be in, I believe, 4 weeks or a month. So that's going to give us plenty of time to practice and hopefully get us into the top 4 places straight off the bat in the first Challenge Cup, which is going to help us get some points. And that's basically going to be the aim for those 7 weeks of the Challengers Cup. If we don't get into the SBL, obviously, we're going to be aiming for top 4 finishes every time, and definitely try and give the top 2 a go. I'm basically thinking that the 2 teams that are going to join the SPL are going to be Agilitas and i5. They're going to be joining the SPL, so that's going to leave Bloody Tech, Exposed Secrets, Big Boys, Optimum Esports. They're all going to be in the Challengers Cup, which are going to be quite hard to beat. But we do have a month to prepare for it, so that's why obviously we're doing this thing on Monday, where we're going to be seeing what we can do, seeing if we can practice and see what we can work on in a lot of cases, just to hopefully get to when it was in the month. In the month's time in the Challenge Cup, hopefully we'll be contending for the best. And yeah, that's basically all I got to say, guys. It has been an interesting week. We have got the first podium finish, which was really cool. And yeah, hopefully looking forward to next week, which is going to be even better, I imagine. And hopefully in the EGL we might get nice brackets again, and we should have the full roster back. So that'll be really cool. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And in terms of Smite content coming up, I'm hopefully going to get some done on Tuesday. Hopefully. But if not, then there's always going to be these Smite updates every week. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.